What is happening, everybody? All right, we got Tanya Nicole and Tristan Wright and Tracy L. It's gonna be a small crowd. It's late tonight. Angelina ATF. What is happening? Hope Addis, how we doing? Yeah, we're gonna so uh I'm really in a good mood tonight, man. I had a full day at work. Um and then got to get a good workout in after my shift. Uh I enjoy that. What's up, dude? I don't know how to pronounce your name, man. Medi Isaac, is that? I think that's how you say it. Whatever. I'm gonna do the best I can, dude. Uh, Tara Lee, what's up? Um, Tracy L, I always wear a short sleeve shirt. I mean, it is summer, but even still, like it gets kind of chilly in my apartment. Like the last couple, I wore a Scully the last couple of lives because it was kind of cold, and my other cat like just took a shit. So I had to throw that out. But it's especially hot tonight. So, but yeah, we're anyway. Thank you, Tracy L. So yeah, man. I have Tristan, right? Are you in like England? Because I know I've got people like in different parts of the world. And I love that, by the way. I absolutely love that. Um Tonight we're gonna do the usual Tracy or Tara Lee. We're gonna do lately what I've been doing. We're gonna talk about awareness though a little bit. We're gonna talk about as you guys know, the GLARE. GLARE is an acronym for gratitude, logic, awareness, acceptance, accountability, rationality, empathy, and resilience. And which I will blast here at the bottom of the screen. And but we're gonna just kick it tonight, man. We're gonna talk a little bit about that. Awareness is a huge part of a big part of my process for self improvement. Um, I mean, there's no way to make positive changes uh, unless you at least have some ability to be self aware. And we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. Uh, oh, Tristan, you are Mignon's husband. No way. I all this time. So Tristan is in Australia and is Mignon's husband. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna I'm gonna wrench this dude. All right, Tristan, you're wrenched, my man. Just out of sheer association, you are wrenched. So as I was saying, I I'm in a good mood tonight. I just cracked open a little bottle of wine. You like my wine glass? It's the same cup I drink coffee out of and everything else. Classy, right? But so I'll be out. I'll be off of here before I even catch a buzz. Yeah, that's a good question. Where is Mignon, Tristan? Uh, but so yeah, since Mignon's not here, now you're wrenched, and you can wrench in her place. So, but yeah, I'm in a good mood, man. I reconnected with an old friend, uh, and and it's really cool. It's a really good feeling when you know that you were there for somebody and was able to just do what you do, and it was just it's a genuine help to them, and that makes me feel really good, and that does wonders for just like my spirit, man. So so that right there just alone is enough to put me in a great mood. So I get, you know, I get really happy about that. And so we are there is also now, as you guys know, one of my favorite things to do on here is to share Karen videos. And I've been doing that. This one out. Fuck it. I've been doing that for quite some time now, and it's been fun. But it turns out that the last couple of Karen videos that I shared were created by somebody that a lot of us are familiar with, and we don't even realize it. And I'm going to keep sharing them, and I'm going to keep going over them and talking about them because, yo, what's up, Mexi? Real quick, guys. If you guys have not subscribed to Mexi, please do so. I'm going to go ahead and drop his link in the chat in just a second here, as soon as I can find it. And here we go. Really talented musician, and he lives in the Colorado area, and I know a lot of you guys are as well as I am, your true crime aficionados. You follow true crime cases, and he also kind of explores the paranormal side of that, which I'm personally a bit of a skeptic about that, but it's still very, very fascinating to me. And I really want to see this guy do really well. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop his link in the chat. And if you guys are not subscribed to Mexi, please click on the link that I'm about to drop and subscribe to him, because he's dope. And he's got a really good heart, I can tell. And Save Robbie vouches for him. He's really good friends with Save Robbie. I think they grew up together. Save Robbie, what's up, dude? Speak of the devil. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that. And Save Robbie, feel free to drop Mexi's link, which I'm doing right now. Feel free to drop Mexi's link in the chat as much as you'd like to as we move forward through this live. Because I want to see, I think he's got a good heart, and I think he has good plans, and I think he's going to do good things with his channel, and I want to see good things happen for him. So if everybody could, hey, Mignon's here, what's up? And bang, bang, kiss, kiss 007. So make sure to subscribe to him if you have not already. And like I said, Save Robbie, feel free to keep dropping Mexi's link in the chat. I want to see him do very well. But going back to the Karen videos, a couple of the last couple that I've shared, and I'm going to share another one tonight. And the only reason I'm comfortable with this is because at the end of it, and I can't believe I didn't recognize his voice, but at the end of each of these videos, he does say to be sure to like and share. And this is my way of sharing them. So, and if he contacts me and tells me, hey, I don't want you doing that shit anymore, I'll do it. I'll stop. But it's genuinely my way of supporting him, because I really miss his live streams. I love this creator, and you know, he is definitely the tits when it comes to live streaming and being a YouTube creator, and I'm a big fan. And so these Karen videos, the last couple of them, were made and put up on YouTube by the one and only Misery. So a lot of you probably miss the hell out of Misery. I miss the hell out of Misery. I'm looking forward to seeing him come back whenever he's ready, whenever he feels comfortable doing so, as far as live streaming goes. So, but yeah, we're he's he's been dropping these things by the tons, man. And I'm subscribed to him. So so what I'm going to also do is I'm also going to drop the links for his channel in the chat as well. I'm going to do that right now. Give me 1 second here. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Give me just 1 second here. Here we go. So, all right. The channel's called Karen Meme. And so I'm going to drop that link in the chat. He doesn't really need more subscribers, but the fact that it's actually Misery doing them is a game changer as far as I'm concerned. So make sure to subscribe, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to continue going over these, knowing that Misery made these. So big shout out to Misery for making these videos. So I just dropped the link for that channel in the chat. So make sure to click on that and subscribe. So we're gonna this is my favorite in the last few days that he dropped, and I'm gonna break this one down. We're gonna go over it, and it applies to what I'm talking about. It's pretty funny, but it's also a little disturbing at the same time. But we're gonna go ahead and talk and go over this. So.
Get your medications. Is there anything else that we can?
My photo albums and my computers. I am going to grab those things while I am inside.
Yes. Okay, so the situation here is, this is a woman, I guess, who is breaking up with her spouse, and the title is Karen Throws Tantrum at Ex-Husband's House. She's clearly breaking up with her spouse, and I don't know if it's her who called the police or if he called the police, but she's trying to get in there and get stuff. And so the police are here to mediate the situation, more or less. And she is basically throwing a fit because the cops will not let her in the house to get whatever she wants.
Size fucking M.
Absolutely not.
Why the hell not?
Because you need to go to the courthouse, as Officer Usher said, to get a writ of assistance for anything outside of your medications and immediate toiletries.
That's bullshit.
That's not bullshit.
It is too.
No.
Who's your supervisor, Sheldon?
Sergeant Whiteman.
What's his phone number?
503-635-0223.
And what's the case number you're going to give me?
I don't have a case number.
Why not?
Because I don't need one right now.
This is a fucking case of domestic violence.
No, it's not. It's
yes,
it
is.
Case of you trying to get your stuff.
He hurt me.
That was last week. We have a number of officers that have been out here over the last week. I just spoke with a couple of them.
All right, so this is clearly a situation where the cops are there quite often. Apparently, they seem to know her. She's getting everybody's name. She thinks that she knows everything. This is definitely, I mean, it's it's quite clear that, to me anyway, in my personal experience, because I'll tell you, I've got a history of having really, really bad taste in women. I don't know what it is. But I think a lot of that just simply had to do with the type of person that I used to be. So I truly believe that that the type of people that you choose to engage in a romantic, in an intimate relationship with, definitely is a reflection on on how you see yourself and how you perceive yourself. And the type of women that I would choose to engage in relationships with definitely were probably a reflection of how I saw myself and how I felt about myself. So, hey, fake Teddy, how we doing? Yeah, I love women too. I do. Uh, this is definitely the type of woman that I feel like I probably would have engaged with in the past, and I'm not proud of that in the slightest bit. But my point is, I know this type, and I'm guessing that she was a very, very difficult person to live with based on what we're seeing here. And this is just getting started, folks. So get ready for a little bit of fun here.
You did, huh? And what did they tell you? Did they say they're going to fucking help me?
Do you want your stuff or do you not want your stuff?
You have been no help
I'm
whatsoever.
asking a simple question. Do you want your stuff or do you not want your stuff?
I want my stuff.
Okay. You guys remain right here.
And what if we don't?
Reasonable, ma'am.
Reasonable? Like I'm fucking afraid of you guys? Because you happen to be police officers? I'm not afraid of you. What's your name? What's your first name, Usher? Usher? James Usher. Do you have a business card?
I do.
Can I have one?
After we're done here, yes, you may.
Do you think you're tough? Are you a good cop or a bad cop?
I'm a very reasonable cop, ma'am.
Yeah, you are.
I love these cops, dude. These cops are so chill. And they're like, she's clearly just someone who gets off on pissing someone off, on really getting under their skin. She's clearly just someone who just feeds off conflict. She absolutely, yeah, Angelina ATF, she is the worst, dude. She is quite awful. I can't even imagine, like, how did it get so far? That's what I want to know. I want to know how somebody fell in love with this woman and engaged in a long relationship with this person to the point to where it got here, where she lived with this person. And, I'd love to see this dude. I'd love to see him, and I'd love to see what he's all about. I mean, the only explanation I can think of is a guy with really low self-esteem, or she had something on him to blackmail him or something. I can't imagine somebody feeling so, having such a low opinion of themselves that they would put up with living with someone like this. Because I don't see how, the way she's behaving right now, I don't see how she could hide that for so long. I don't understand how she could have kept that under wraps. But I've been with women who were like this. They were completely and totally irrational and unreasonable and completely off their rocker, but sane enough to know that they were behaving like this, sane enough to know. And the reason why I say this is because around certain people, they deserved an Oscar. There's this side of them they'll never ever let you see. They'll never let you see, but behind closed doors, they're just, let me do everything I can to piss my significant other off. It's insane to me how these people think. Because it's not just women that do this, it's men too. I mean, think about it. If we're describing a man, we're talking about a narcissistic piece of shit. We're talking about an abusive man. When we describe, and the last live stream I did, we talked about that. We talked about how a man when they're like this, what they do, you know, behind closed doors, I didn't go over that part, but around other people, they're the most charming and nicest people in the world, to where, like, if you're a woman and you go to one of their friends and say, hey, this guy is, he's a monster. He's not the guy that you think that he is around you. He's not like this. He's a monster. You know, the friends are like, what are you talking about? And then they see you as being crazy. They see you as being the aggressor. They see you as being someone who's trash talking, not only trash talking the person that she says she loves, but doing it to his friends. And this makes her a total villain. And all she's doing is crying out for help. Whereas the difference here is the roles are reversed. It's a woman instead, right? But here she's unable to act. She's unable to hide this. She's clearly showing what type of a person she actually is to the police officers. I can only imagine what she's like in the house. I can only imagine what she's like after a couple of drinks. I can only imagine what she's like, you know, in the bedroom. Like, imagine trying to fall asleep next to somebody harping like this. I can't even, and it's funny. I want to say I can't imagine, but I've been there. I've actually been there, where I'm just sitting there going, God, you know, just let this all turn into a Wile E. Coyote cartoon and an anvil just smash through the ceiling and land on my head, please, because I can't take this anymore. I've been there, man. It's awful.
You're fucking bad cop, Usher. And that Sheldon douchebag is an even worse cop than you. And you guys have been out here and you fucking arrested me and I made a scene, and so therefore, what am I, unsafe? Is that what my record says?
I don't know what your record says, man.
Why not?
I haven't looked you up.
Now that's interesting. Okay, they actually arrested her. I guess whatever domestic dispute that took place, she was the one that ended up in handcuffs. She was the one that ended up in the back of the car, and she's the one that ended up getting booked and going to jail. How long she stayed in jail, who knows? But clearly these same officers have been there before and have dealt with this woman. So maybe that has to do with, now there's no reason to put up a front. Now she's exposed. Her real personality is exposed. So now she's just like, whatever. I can't take my crazy, my completely and totally irrational behavior out on my significant other anymore. He's gone. He's out of my life. He's not even letting me in the house. So I'm going to take it out on these cops, and I'm going to taunt them so that I can push them close enough to the edge to where they can do something to me and I can play the victim. That's clearly what she's doing right here.
Talk to the other officers who fucking the other douchebag talked to. What's his name? Your partner?
Thank you.
What's your partner's name?
You don't need to apologize.
What's
You're
your
good.
partner's name? What's his name? Excuse me. Usher, I'm asking you a question. What's your partner's name?
In the house?
Yes.
Brian Sheldon.
Brian Sheldon is a fucking douche coming out of my vajayjay. He is a cunt. You're going down, Usher. I'm filing a lawsuit against the city of Lake Oswego Police Department. And you can't even...
Dude, we're 2.5 minutes into a 10-minute video of her pushing this dude's buttons, man. Pushing these dudes' buttons. Yeah, like the idea of defunding the police because what? They're out of control. This is a perfect example of how in control cops can be. I mean, this is what they have to do. This is what they have to deal with on a daily basis. You know, one or two bad apples, man. I mean, I can't back this whole defunding the police thing. And if you guys, when it comes to defunding the police and that particular issue, if you're not subscribed to Duty Ron's channel, subscribe to Duty Ron's channel. Check out his videos on this. Duty Ron is a retired New York City police detective of 20 plus years. So, and he's been talking about this, and he lives in New York still. I believe he lives in Long Island right now. And New York is going insane right now. They've got a douchebag for a mayor, and the police, their hands are tied as far as what's happening, and they're basically just straight up being abused. Like, police are taking physical abuse and not being able to fight back or do anything about it because they've been ordered not to. It's insane. So my hat's off to these guys right here, man, because this is, I mean, and she knows what she's doing. She's got a phone out. She's filming them. In her mind, the fact that she has her phone out and she's filming them tells me that she's perfectly aware of her behavior, but she's so self unaware that she believes that she's in the right somehow. She's filming them. She's trying to get a rise out of them so that they can react. She's trying to elicit an emotional response from these officers so that she can play victim, so that she can cry victim.
Even look me in the face? Are you afraid of me? What are you afraid of, Usher?
Your partner's going through his pockets. I'm making sure I'm safe and everyone else here is safe.
Oh, please. You gonna break out your gun? You gonna kill him because he looks like a hoodlum? He looks like a cancer patient. You want to take me to the hospital? Think that's where I need to go? Huh? Do ya, Usher? You guys are no help at all. How much do you make? Where do you live? You probably live in Tigers, have a shitty little house, or you walk around like you fucking own the place because you think you're tall and you're manly and you're studly and everybody's fucking afraid of you. Isn't that the way it is, Usher? Hey, keep your hands out of your pockets, okay? I'm really that worried about my friend Joey? That's my friend.
Fine.
There's Luke.
Looks like Officer Fulton has your medications for you. Okay?
No, he doesn't.
Looks like it.
That's not my medications. So I have vitamins in there that I need to get. I have naturopathic vitamins.
She said that's not my medication. And my man was like, dude, it's got your name all over them, dude. What are you talking about? She's talking about vitamins. So this is someone also who does not think that she has a mental illness. Let's keep in mind, people, again, empathy is also one of the it's the E in Glare, guys. And let's also keep in mind, people, that this woman has some sort of mental issue. But the thing is just because you have a mental disorder of some sort, an emotional disorder of some sort, that's not necessarily an excuse. Sometimes it is. Absolutely. But in her case, I'm not seeing that as being an excuse. You need to be able to be aware of your sickness and do everything you can to manage it as much as possible. If you're supposed to be taking medication, you need to take your medication on a regular basis. You need to be listening to your therapist. You need to be going to your therapist on a regular basis and doing what your therapist tells you. And if you're not seeing any improvement when you're seeing your therapist or taking your medication, you need to either reevaluate yourself and ask yourself if you're actually doing the things that your therapist is advising you to do, or B, get a new therapist, because this woman has to be aware of whether or not her life is in control right now or not, because right now she's standing outside of what was once her own home and she cannot even retrieve her own personal items. They will not let her do that. They're telling her the only thing that you're allowed to get is toiletries, toothbrush, deodorant, toothpaste, maybe some makeup, whatever, and medication. That's all you're allowed to have.
You're gonna have to go to a pharmacy to get vitamins and food. You can pick that up. Jeff's not here. Okay.
Bullshit.
I'm not going to let you in the house.
I heard him. I heard him.
I just walked through the whole house. He's not in there. So you're free to leave. If you want any further stuff, you're going to have to make the arrangements either with Jeff or get a writ of assistance from the Clackamas County Courthouse.
And how do I do that, dickhead?
I'll call them and they'll tell you.
Oh, really? Oh, like they're so helpful during this time of need.
Absolutely.
You are fucking not helpful whatsoever. Do you hear me?
These guys are trying. They're trying so hard to reason with her. They're trying so hard to be reasonable with her. It's so funny to me that each and every cop, this is the third cop that she has interacted with since this video started. We're almost halfway through. And this is the third cop that she's interacted with. And all of these cops have totally got their shit together when it comes to addressing her. It's really, really fascinating. They're all on the same page.
All right.
You
well,
suck.
I hope you get your medication.
You
that you
suck,
all over the
and so do you fuckface.
You don't live here
I am
anymore,
calling.
So if you come back,
I do too live here.
You just
Yes, I do. I live here.
You just said you had a new
I live here.
Okay, you need to leave.
All right, I got earbuds in, man. That was, man. I have been there, dude. I have. Let me breathe for a second. I have been there, where someone's voice. Do you remember? Do you remember the movie, The 40-Year-Old Virgin? Right, where the 40-Year-Old Virgin, where Steve Carell. You got the girl, the little teenager, that was the daughter of the woman he was dating, and she's yelling and screaming about wanting birth control and having sex with her boyfriend, and the mom is like, what do I do here? And he says she sounds like a tea kettle. I don't. After a while, when somebody, this is the thing, this is one of the reasons why it's totally pointless and not productive to be irrational. Because when you behave in this irrational fashion, people, like, and you're screaming like that, that's all people hear. All people hear is a distorted, loud noise that is getting under your skin. It's not what you're trying to say is not getting through. I promise you. Nobody is listening. People are shutting down. They're like, I don't give a shit what this person has to say. They're yelling at me and I cannot deal. And I just want to get whatever I need to do done to get the hell away from her.
Shut up.
You need to leave.
Shut up right now and let me into my house.
Absolutely not.
I'm going to fucking kick down the door
No,
then.
you're not.
Yes, I am. I'm going to bring a drill back here.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
It's like talking to a child, literally throwing a temper tantrum. Like, this guy is just standing there like, you're not going to do that, man. Like, it's just not going to happen.
I can be just as calm as you are, you fuckface.
Oh, and now she's going to be calm. I could be just as calm. She just now realized exactly what I was just saying. She just now realized I'm yelling and I'm not getting through to these people through yelling. So I'm going to lower my voice and I'm going to talk calm. And that's going to that and what it is to her, it's a competition. Everyone she comes in contact with is someone that she is seeing herself in a position of conflict with.
Great.
You
Then why can't you?
I am. I'm perfect with me.
So am I.
Oh, God.
I'm the greatest
Let's
fucking actress you have ever seen.
boom. I am the greatest actress you have ever seen. She just blew herself out into the open right there. Let's take a look at her one more time, guys. Let's get a look at her. Look at look at the look on her eyes. Like, look at her eyes, dude. She is totally calculated, but at the same time, completely irrational. She cannot control herself. She is full on bitch mode. Totally. Now, is she type of 1 right now? If you feel sorry for her, type of 1 right now, you okay, you know that she's on medication, right? You know that she's on medication. She clearly has some sort of behavioral disorder. Probably bipolar. I don't like to diagnose people on here because I'm not qualified to diagnose anyone on here, because I mean, I could speculate as to people that I've seen who have had certain disorders and compare them and be like, that sounds like this to me. But I don't feel comfortable doing that. You guys know that when I cover true crime cases, when people are so quick to be like, that guy's a narcissist, I'm going to be like, yeah, where did you get your degree to label that person a narcissist? Shut up. So I don't like to do that because I don't know what her issues are. So everybody's typing 0. 0 wasn't even an option, people. Like, so, all right. So I was going to say type of 1, if you feel sorry for her in the sense that there's something, she's obviously got a behavioral disorder. And, type of 2, if you think that she does have a behavioral disorder, but she's aware enough to where she is capable of taking accountability for it and treating it and taking the steps to treat it in order to not be this person. Mimi J2, right on. Mimi J2, right on. And I feel like I maybe have been I'm leading you guys with that because I guess, yeah, I feel like number 2. I'm leaning towards number 2. And if I'm leading you that way, but try to be open-minded. If you genuinely feel that you feel sorry for her, that's cool. I'm not going to trash you for that, man. Like, if you guys feel bad for her, it's all good. What's up, Caleb? I'm not, yeah, I'm not gonna, if you feel that way, there's nothing wrong with that. You're a better person than I am.
So am I.
You don't realize I'm the greatest fucking actress you have ever seen. You want to see Mania? Huh? Or do you want to see me floating in the sky?
I'd like to see you pick up
what
and just leave.
No, I have every right to be here, so fuck off.
Are you going to pick up your stuff that you just littered all over someone else's property?
You going to arrest me for littering?
We can certainly call a couple hospitals and find you a spot.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really threatened by you.
Tracy L, she clearly did not take a pill. If there's anything going on here, it's not a pill that she took. It's a lack of taking a pill, in my personal opinion. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not qualified to make these diagnoses, but but yeah, she definitely needs help. She definitely needs help, I think. But man, again, kudos to these cops, dude.
It's not a threat. That's a fact.
What's my diagnosis there, sir?
If you're in immediate danger to yourself or others, which clearly you're demonstrating right now, then we can find you a spot in the hospital.
Am I clearly demonstrating that?
Yes,
because I littered medicine. I am a threat to myself.
Okay, so we missed that. We didn't see that, I guess, because she had the camera pointed at the cup. So he came over with all her medicine and she like threw it. Like, so she's getting physical here. So that's enough, really. If you think about it, it's enough for the cops to just totally take her down, put her in handcuffs, stick her in the back of the car, and then make her somebody else's problem. That's totally, they were totally justified in doing that, and they did not. This cop is still trying to reason with her. It's fascinating to me. So she clearly took all that medication, and it was a lot. Did you guys see that? It was a lot of medication, dude. Where is that? Hold on. I want to get... There we go. There we go. Well, okay, it's not as much as I thought. Immediately, it's not as much as I thought, but it's. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know what a lot of medication necessarily looks like. Because the women that I've been with probably needed medication and they weren't on it. So, oh no, that's a lot. Yeah. Did you see that?
Told me that you were gonna drill
Hold
a
on.
hole through the door. So
Let's look at that one more time. Hold on. Look at that right there, dude. That's a lot, dude. That's a lot. And who's this guy right here? This is, I feel like this dude's just a neighbor watching. Like this guy's just watching the show.
hole through the door so you can get into that house.
You dumb shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. And fuck you. And fuck the Las Vegas Police Department. Fuck off.
Is there anything else we can do for you?
First of all, dude, look at how nice that neighborhood is, dude, right? Look how nice that neighborhood is, guys. Like, and she's screaming at the top of her lungs. I'm gonna venture to guess that the cops have been called there plenty of times, several times, to say the least. Let's be honest, right? Several times, to say the least. I'm gonna say that the cops have been called, right? I mean, think about it. You know, I mean, a neighborhood like that, you know, if you drag your garbage cans out too early in the morning, somebody calls the cops, dude. This is a neighborhood probably full of Karens, you know, but probably not with like mental health issues. I'm not even sure if I want to call her a Karen. We've gone over some Karen videos, and then I look at her and I'm like, that's not necessarily a Karen. That's just somebody with a problem. You know, I like to think of Karens, but you know what? I'm going to take that back. This one, I'm going to call her a Karen because she needs to take accountability for the fact that she has mental health issues. She is smart enough to know how she's behaving. She proved it already. She was like, I can be calm. I'm the best actress you've ever seen. She straight up said that shit. So you know that she's aware of her actions. She's perfectly aware of her actions. So she has to know that she needs to get the proper help, whatever it is, whether it's medication, whether it's more therapy, whatever it is. I don't know these things. I'm not a mental health professional. I don't know. But she's aware of her actions. She's aware of her behavior. And she needs to take accountability for it, man. And I love this cop where he's like, she's screaming at the top of her lungs in this really nice neighborhood, and this cop is still, he's standing there, he's looking her dead in the face, holding her phone, and he's like, is there anything else we can do for you, ma'am? The epitome of protect and serve. That is exactly what this man's mindset is at. This is where his mindset is at. Protect and serve. He's thinking about her being a danger to herself, regardless of the insults, regardless of the yelling, regardless of the verbal abuse. His mindset is, how can I help this woman somehow?
Yeah, leave.
We're gonna leave when you leave.
No, I'm not leaving.
What's up, Germ?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely 100% true.
Now this indicates to me that Misery or whoever first uploaded this video, but it's been edited. This indicates to me that this video is a lot longer than what I'm showing here. This has been edited. Here she is banging on her own door, or what used to be her own door, and now we're getting, they cut out all the quiet shit. They cut out all the filler. and for our entertainment. So thank you, especially if it was you, Misery. And again, guys, remember, subscribe to this channel if you have not. Remember, this is our friend Misery, the one and only Misery that's posting these videos. Much love to him, and I want to thank him for providing this and contributing to my already existing Karen content that we all love so much. So thanks a lot, Misery. Appreciate that, buddy.
Why?
Because I'm telling you to stay away from me.
What are you afraid of?
Get 6 feet away from me, or you will get put on the ground.
My man's not playing. Yo, get social distance your ass the fuck away now, or you're getting put down. I love that.
You're going down, Sheldon. Go to church. Go to River West.
Okay.
You're the fucking worst Christian I've ever met.
All right.
This video is going viral, buddy.
Oh, it sure is.
Whatsoever. I have the fucking most brilliant mind you have ever met.
I'm sure you do.
I have creativity coming out of my mind. I hear from God. Do you?
Yep.
What did he tell you, dickhead?
Not those types of things.
Oh, dickhead? Is that a really scary word for you?
No.
Oh, because he tells me to change the world. And I'm going to do it. And you're going to help me. And you're going to get sued in the meantime.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. That right there tells me she suffers from delusions. She just basically admitted that she thinks that Jesus talks to her directly and is telling her that it's on her to change the world. So we're looking at delusions of grandeur, and we're looking at delusions, period.
I'm a lawyer.
Great.
This is my house, 5866 Ridgetop Court.
And let me tell you, in situations, out of experience, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, out of experience, there's nothing better than to be involved in a legal dispute with somebody like this who actually thinks they're a lawyer when they're not. It is beautiful. I'm going to get a little personal here, guys. I'm going to tell you a little bit. I had a custody fight for my son, which I won. And I and my ex, very, very sick woman. And I mean, I haven't talked to her in years. I don't know how she's doing now. She's probably doing great. Who knows? I hope so. But she would do everything in her power she went as far as to she actually took evidence that I would use against her and actually thought that it was, and in her mind thought it was evidence against me, and put it all together, put it in a manila envelope, made copies. She sent it to the judge, right? She sent it to the judge, which is a big no-no. First hearing, the judge shows up and he's like, got this manila envelope. He goes, I want it on the record before we even get started. Like, he came out before he sat down in his chair at the bench. He had the manila envelope full of all this stuff, and he addresses everyone, and he says, I want it on the record that I received this and it has not been opened. I cannot look at this. It is a total breach of whatever. I can't remember what it was. Again, I'm not a lawyer. And he's like, I want it on the record. I am not even looking at this. So, and she also took she had another manila envelope with the same contents and dropped it off at my lawyer's office. So anything my lawyer needed from me, she happily provided for me. Sorry, I still laugh about this. And it was to a point where at one moment when this happened, I remember I'm sitting there with my lawyer and we were laughing about it together as he was charging me ridiculous amounts of money for this. But I'm sitting there and I'm laughing with my lawyer, and I actually joked with him and said, "Can I fire you and hire her as my lawyer?" And we had a nice laugh over that because that's how delusional she was at the time. It wasn't difficult to win that case, just so you know.
$1 million neighborhood, and these are the fuck faces.
There's nothing we're gonna accomplish by staying here. We'll get rid of the assignment.
Usher or Usher?
I've already told you.
I forgot. I've got fucking a million things going on in my brain.
Yeah,
My brain moves a lot fucking.
A million things going on in my brain. I have absolutely no doubt that that is 150% true, people. And I think a million is probably an understatement, guys.
I'm faster than you, so fucking catch the fuck up, dipshit.
I got you.
You have no education. What kind of education do you have, Usher? Did you go to college? No, you fucking didn't. You went to some school to become a fucking police officer, and now you think you're all powerful.
That's called a police academy. Just so you know, Karen.
That's bullshit. You're a bad cop. We're fucking out of here. Come on. You guys suck! The Lake Oswego Police Department fucking sucks! You hear me? You suck, Jeff Johnson! You're the devil! That was fucking bullshit.
I agree, but
This is fucking going viral, dude.
you want to help you.
Okay, so who's this dude? I guess that what is that? Her boyfriend? Like, why? What's he doing with her? Like, how is anybody? How is this person? I mean, again, you know, there's people, man, with really low self-esteem that attach to people like this, I guess.
Fucking
Do you want me to
bullshit.
help you get rid of assistance?
Oh, here comes another police officer.
They
Wonderful.
might have called backup. Let's get out of here. They want you to leave, so
There's another cop.
let's leave.
This guy's just trying to he's trying to reason with her too. He's just like, let's just get out of here, dude. Like, he's holding all her stuff. He's doing whatever he can. No, Hope Addis, I don't think that he was her heavy. Or at least that's what he was there in her mind to be, maybe. But this dude is probably the most spineless person that exists in this entire scenario.
That's kind of their message. They're like, we want you to go. That's all they want is for us to leave. All they want. If you give them an excuse, they can throw you in that mental place.
I don't give a shit. I like the mental place.
This guy's like, oh, fuck. Like, there's no getting through to this woman. There is absolutely no getting. I don't know, Tracy L. I don't know. You're asking where was this at again? They said the county of what these police officers. I really don't know, honestly. I couldn't make that out. But this dude is like, they're gonna throw you in the mental place. She's like, I like the mental place. Of course you like the mental place, where they basically wait on you hand and foot. They make your food. They give you structure. And they basically pander to your every need in the mental place. So, you know, and this guy just doesn't get it. But the fact that she just said, I like the mental place, 100% indicates to me that she's been there before, probably several times.
You're my sugar daddy.
I'll be a little bit for today if we can get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
She said, "You're my sugar daddy," and he said, "Yeah. I'll be whatever the fuck you want if we could just get the fuck out of here, like right now. Let's just get out of here now, please."
Let's go.
Come on, man. Fuck, dude.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. Fuck you.
Wait, what? What is this? I didn't even watch it this far. Okay.
Be sure to subscribe, like, share this video with your family and friends, making these Karens go viral one video at a time. With peace and love, peace and motherfucking love, baby.
All right, Misery, man. Nice, dude. Again, shout out to Misery, dude, for providing us with these videos, man. Like dude, let me tell you something. Misery's been dropping these things like crazy. Like there are tons of these videos. Like he is putting time into these things, putting time and effort into these things. And he's on a mission to put these Karens out there, man. So no, that's not the same Karen. That's not the same Karen. I think Misery's just a great creator, guys. And he just threw that last thing in there. So that was fun. No, what are you talking about? Angelina ATF, dude. Misery's dope, man. Misery is, there's a reason why Misery had over 100,000 subscribers, man. He's very good at what he does. Very, very good at what he does. And I loved being in his chat. I met a lot of people that are in my chat here from Misery's chat. So again, I'm a Misery fan. I love his videos. He hasn't done a live stream in a while, but I love that he's doing this. What's up, 1 hour dry floors? I I love that he's doing this. Oh yeah, I don't care about any of that. Angelina ATF, I don't care about any of that. The fact is Misery has fantastic content. He always has, and I look forward to seeing more stuff from him. So again, I'm gonna drop the link again in the chat. So guys, tons and tons of Karen videos that Misery. I mean, I go through my phone all day long, and there's just a new video like every few minutes, man. So make sure to click on that link that I just dropped and subscribe to him. Share the videos. This is my way of sharing them, so I hope he's cool with that. So but yeah, anyway, so we're gonna talk a little bit about awareness before I get off here. This is clearly somebody who lacks self-awareness enough to where, I mean, she's clearly hard-headed. Not only does she, let's look at it this way. You have this guy that's sitting in the car with her. By the looks of him, he's not a very strong-willed individual. And what I'm thinking is she calculatingly picks people like this to have in her life. And she finds men with low self-esteem, with low character, men of low character, and we've got somebody here, like I said, who does not seem to have the fortitude to stand up to her any more than being able to just say, please, can we please just get out of here? Somehow she's got some sort of hold over him. Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. Tara Lee, puppets. She surrounds herself with people that are not going to be brave enough to call her out on her behavior. People who are afraid of conflict. And she uses this need for conflict to surround herself with people that are afraid of conflict so that she can have control over them and probably has something to offer them that keeps them around. I mean, I learned the hard way. I meet somebody that even remotely resembles this, and I freak out, man, and I back off. I mean, I've met people here on YouTube that just slightly indicate to me that they're capable of things like this, and as soon as I do, I'm like, yeah, me and you, we're done. We're done. And I was proven right. That's the funny thing is once I do that and I'm like, you know what, I'm done with that person, then they make videos about me, and then they act a fool, and then I'm just like, I'm really glad I got out of that when I did. So it's really helpful to pay attention to this type of behavior so that you learn from it. And you don't make the same mistakes again, and you use this knowledge to vet people and get them out of your life, and keep people out of your life that are potentially like this. To me, it's totally okay to do that. To me, it's completely and totally 100% okay to nip something like that in the bud before it gets ugly, right? Because I've been in situations where, I've had this type of dynamic with someone, and I've not even had this dynamic. I just can kind of smell that shit on them, even though I've never seen it. Because I've experienced it before, I could smell it on them, and I'm just like, nope, not even taking the chance. And then I cut them out of my life, and then they get really bitter about the fact that I did that, and then they start dropping videos, and they start saying that Glare is a liar and he's a piece of shit, blah 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 blah. Like, so they use their channel to basically, hey, Katrina Catchers, they basically use their channel to do what this lady just did in her neighborhood. And then I'm like, glad I cut that off when I did. So I'm happy about that. It makes sense. This is, again, that's an example of awareness. You've got to apply awareness, and that is a strength. That is a tool. It's a tool for self-improvement, and in the sense that it's, not just being self-aware, but making yourself aware of the people around you, because you could save yourself a whole lot of headache. So it's very, very important that you do that. Yeah, Katrina Catris, I see you in everybody else's chats, man. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you caught the live too. I'm really, really glad. And I've checked out your channel. I like your channel too, guys. Check out Katrina Catrus's channel if you get a chance. You talk about behavior and those of that nature too, which I love. I think that's really cool that you do that. She has a really cool channel. So for those of you who are not subscribed to Katrina Catrus, please do so. So yeah, you know, in my personal experience, you're never going to get anywhere, man. You're just not going to get anywhere if you're not willing to take accountability. You know, it's steps, man, where you take a good look in the mirror. You know, you start to pay attention to how people are reacting to you. And if there is a trend to how people are reacting to you and how people are perceiving you, then it's worth looking in the mirror for a second and being like, you know, put your ego out of the way and go, you know, maybe I need to work on something here. Maybe there's something I need to work on here. So, you know, and then once you're able to troubleshoot more or less, you know, realize it's on you. That's what I do. I realize it's on me to fix it. I realize it's on me to change it. You know, and that's why it's very easy for me to cut people out of my life, because when I see this behavior in other people, I look at it and I think, you know, it's not on me to try to help them or fix them. It's just not on me to do that. You know, it's on me. If I've got to do the hard part and take a hard look in the mirror and become self-aware and then take accountability for my behavior, and then take the proper steps to improve my behavior, then why is it on me to do that for somebody else? Why can't they do exactly what I did? So that's why I feel totally guilt-free when I'm able to cut someone out of my life without even looking back. It's just that easy. It's just that easy for me these days. At this point in my life, it's absolutely that easy, where I could just be like, nope. Nope. And then just block, you're out, done. Because you're not my problem. You're a grown-up. You're a grown-up. I mean, it's not on me. It's not on me to make you aware of your shit. It's on you to be aware of your own shit. And hopefully, seeing that people cut you out of their lives, there's usually a reason for that. I can't stand when people are like, you did that for no reason. I didn't do anything. That tells me that you lack self-awareness. And it's on you to figure it out. But the beauty of it is, it's not my problem. It's just not my problem. It's your problem. And I try to practice what I preach. Like, I'm a big fan of knowing that I, you know, if somebody has a problem with me, now, obviously, if it's somebody that I'm very close to and they sit me down and they go, dude, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but you know, there's something going on here, and I don't know if you're aware of it, but this is how it makes me feel, and blah, blah, blah. Of course, I'm going to listen to that and I'm going to self-reflect. And if it's something that I need to take accountability for, I will put my ego aside and I will genuinely take some inventory and try to see if what you're saying is true. And then I will try to do what I can to fix it, especially if you come at me right. If you come at me correct, I'm going to listen. I can take criticism. I'm fine with that. But the thing is, though, if it takes if it's a constant thing and you seem to constantly have a problem with every little thing that I do, well, then what it turns out to be is you having a problem with me is exactly that. It's your problem. So all you have to do is just cut me out of your life. That's it. I'll live. I'll be okay. I might be like shit. But there's a big difference between me going, you know what? What the fuck? Why the hell did that person cut me out of their life like that? There's a big difference between me going, man, you know what? Screw that person. Right? Between that and me going, well, wait a second. You know what? It seems like I didn't do anything wrong, but maybe let me rewind. Let me rewind the tape of my life. You know what I'm saying? Let me go back and do a little inventory, And it's not the easiest thing to do because one thing about us humans, man, is we've got egos. We've got massive egos. All of us do to a certain degree. Some have bigger egos than others, but we also it's not so much a question of how big your ego is. It's a question of how much control do you allow your ego to have over you, right? So I try to focus on that. I realize that I can be arrogant. I realize that I can be condescending. But my justification for being arrogant and condescending is that I take pride in being self-aware. So I can actually do that. I can honestly do that. I can be arrogant and I can be, condescending and sarcastic with people. But I can do that only knowing that I'm not doing it to be malicious. Usually I'm just doing it to be funny. But I'm not doing it to be malicious. But I can do that knowing that I am perfectly capable if somebody says, dude, no, you're just being a dick. And I wish you'd listen. This is why I think you're being a dick. And my justification for being the way that I am is I can take that criticism and actually self-reflect and actually take a genuine hard look at myself. I can genuinely do that where I'm like, I want to understand where this person's coming from because I don't want to be something negative in your life. I really don't want to be negative in your life. But if you just don't like me because I happen to carry myself a certain way, well, that's your problem. It just is. And I know to a lot of people that sounds totally arrogant, but it's not. Why do I have to be responsible for how you feel about me? Because the truth is, how you feel about me and what you think about me, it's none of my business. How other people think about you and how other people feel about you is none of your business. That's a hard fact. So if you're going to be arrogant and you're going to be a dick, you also got to be willing to balance that with a lot of humility, man. You know, I'm okay with coming off as I'm okay with coming off as condescending or arrogant if I know that I have that balance of humility when it's necessary to have it, and I know that I have that because I make a conscious effort to do that all the time. You know, I make a conscious effort to do that. This way, the only way that I feel justified in being like, you know what, man, you know, you got this problem and you got that problem. I see it all the time. You got to be willing to take it when people feed it back at you. You know, it just is what it is. You know, so Hope Addis, I couldn't have said that better myself. Your husband sounds like a dude after my own heart. Absolutely. Your husband says it's not being arrogant if he's correct. That's absolutely true. If I wasn't totally sure that I'm right, then I wouldn't be arrogant about it. But if I'm right and you're being a shithead and I'm right, then I earned the right to be a shithead about it. Since you're already being a shithead and you're wrong, then I earn the right to be a shithead if I'm right. But but the reason why I go, the process that I go through of deciding whether I'm right or wrong is actually doing the homework. If I already know where you're going to go next, as far as throwing fastballs at me, if I see that fastball coming, chances are I've already thought about what you're doing and I already figured out that's probably not it. You have a lack of understanding about where I'm coming from. So, just saying, man. I'm just saying, you know, self-awareness is a powerful, powerful tool, man. It's a great, great thing to have. I feel confident in being the way that I am because I take pride in being self-aware because I have that level of humility to go along with it. I genuinely do. Anybody that knows me very well knows that about me. I can admit when I'm wrong. Absolutely. If you make sense and you're rational in the way that you explain it to me, I swear to God, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to go, shit. I didn't even realize that I'm sorry. I did not know that I made you feel that way. I didn't realize that because a lot of times we're going to do and say things where we don't consider other factors. It's just going to happen, right? We do it all the time. So, I mean, but yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got on that, guys. I find self-awareness to be empowering for those reasons. Absolutely empowering. Because the only way you can justify being aware of other people's behavior and calling them out on it is if you're brave enough to have the humility to be self-aware. Because if you don't, if you live in a glass house and you're throwing stones, man, you don't get to bitch. It's just how that is, man. It's just how that is. But anyways, guys, I had a great time with you guys. We're going to do this again soon. Probably drop another one or two. We'll probably go live, a couple more times over the weekend. But I love you guys a lot, and I'm really glad to hang out with you guys, and I'm really grateful. And I love when we get to do these lighthearted ones, man. I'm really trying not to. The world is going crazy right now, people. The world is going upside down. I mean, literally, like upside down is right side up, left is right. It is insane right now, and I don't want to focus on that all the time. But I will talk about this stuff here. I will absolutely talk about that stuff on here, but I don't want to focus on it too much because just as much as the world is bad, man, there's beauty in it, man. It's a beautiful place. You know, there really is. What's up, Sandy Jersey girl? Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. There's definitely beauty in the world, and it's just as important to focus on that beauty. As I mean, that's how you don't drive yourself crazy. That's how you don't drive yourself crazy. I've never in my entire life, I have never seen the world in the state that it's in. And I don't think any of us that are alive today have seen it in the state that it's in right now. And we're all doing our best to try to handle it. And we're all doing our best to try to deal with it. And the key, man, we got to learn to be patient with each other. You know, we got to learn to be patient with each other, A, and B, you got to find the beauty in it. You got to find the beauty of being human. You got to find the reasons to be proud and happy to be a human being. And I really, really try my best to do that. I really do. But guys, I love you a lot. And we will do this again very, very soon, my friends.